Yabusia for Mamunyana, ha, Emma Watson, say, a VA. Yadama says some of them of video no at so neat 100.9 FM. Me 90 and was so a gua utiano. If you didn't a dorsal stations in a dorsal pa. It a nebna, yeah, a probos with that so a do back with your pim, you know, any adunumi and same VA. Now, what do a video no at so neat 100.9? Now, would ye me 90 and not just say a domarapa. Yadwa sepa, so would ye and sabre. They say after 2023, ye dimo ha ene e back 101 days, and I just spent the 2023 after money na emo. They say ye shemu kanya aka ahenu edusia and 264 days. That just say ye were quite chapa papa nema bebre and a woman. Now me come what ya says will be edin di etros word do wasamo aminu appreciate it so much. Is as any penny and the best and any panye enti so be free nipem emma one kasaniema nipani ye chra wono. Emma who send nipane do nipane wasamo appreciate it a lot. And I first one more muhiam wefru ncheno eya na wabwa wate. Enye sika mu muankwa na mmom adagye akra ubenya de amobi aso ubenya de eti obi asem serie kakra obesere e de akira obi amana koma atone yam nyina eye niema bi ehia eboa ema nipadua no ewie mudie na afen so ade ba ko wo a eye wade ma eye oyapa na ya try say obe forgive you wo wate wo eye wade those who hurt you Michelle bomodia find a place in your heart to forgive them. Find a place in your heart to forgive them. Omo heto, omo mudu atam, omo obo hono mo on neto nsadidie pa nanso na waye nsi akire. No ababe suachi. Enkrofo ya no so yewbi. Instead at that particular moment a wunni hono mo no so otimi ka etwitwaje no so ka bigom. Eya wote say mane ha wate. Eya wote say e mane ntete wo kra na emom no firu akoma muton ne fa kyesa nipa no. Wo yesa ne nyina no twede aponyankropon so ebiebia kwan yirapono e de ma o e na afen so mo epene so be free abrabo mu no ai wo free mu anu forget no what wo free abrabo no mu just forget about them, man. Life is too short for you to worry about certain things. What you say? And I will be so about kwa mu bia wo hira wo no ya na wo so hira no why esra so bi hira wo en no mini pa no so bi ye bibi e de shower nem ana se e de shower ni onyam a minia eya menyini pakro no emma eye na no wachi emma sa nipa no so obi hira wa wonso so e hira ni bi wate na be na do afidie na to wa no mo say ya eye neat 100.9 waso egu a otie na me minti enie Asadaka Siankoma production crew do Damia to Magero say Ajima Frima Nana Yalsaf woman yada manwa bom chidomo ha ewie me MAAME BIAMAH AKWAFO beti my friend Biamzi 1 bedi dwumedie ebre wo me ne wo etna efri sabre ko sisa no 9 ebebo no 9 bopepa ulama ke ba beje adwa no agye entata e de yen akofie e de efri sabre e ko de ene menye me kai wo se ya WhatsApp line nso ya activate 05037217440 3721744 Obetime edo messages no afa no comments no o de fa we backing camera sanso na Facebook live on so o de fa no ma e backing can kama ede amawo enne awie yi magia konwade anache se enchia wo enkoma honorable Boachi Ejakon former energy minister honorable papa awie me my good afternoon sanso ena honorable Ken Ohene Japan as central member of parliament no so honorable bebia wo bia one na usu bebia mo bia awie mechiamo na na jeni mboate na CPC na royal na moama hene bebia wo bia awie mema aha ena Dr. Christopher Ampedu the Samaritan man awie bebia wo bia mechia minim se fidie ne da so ebia mu I need to the oboa 24/7 ebia no pa wie nwumre se edahwe ni Professor Dr. Kofi mpacho Dr. Kofi Odro Prophet Dr. Kofi Odro of Alabaster International Ministry papa minim se we wutie bebia obia mechia one mama Rita nyina and a Reverend Eugene appear radio one mama mama Sandra mechia mo awie Dr. Ajete Soa onso bebia obia doc Michelle pa and me dofo ba ko pe Andy ene Andy birthday enti glorious happy birthday enkoma Andrews obin amankwa oye organist wo Emmanuel Presby Church wo fise ene wa woda enti Andy me ma happy birthday. Me se otwe de amponya kropon se onko so ama ni nsura ene ne nim de anya kese ewo so. Ebusian sam de wo ho ensam ne bebre kwa enegu akwan mu a ene ye babesi ni nyina akoso na ye de abremo na ye de ababeso mu nyina mu anitua ensam a edi ahim edi de ncheche na no na wotwe wi ye mu kwa wu MPP wo mo se wo mo koye arise and build a walk na walk no mu no ensam efiri mu eba de anya asem ketwa era Brian Champo wo je senya de a NPP wo mbeje atumi mu e de ama NDC da NDC ama yokonde wo maguni se kodwoto emema kasa party for kasa NDC ni MPP NDC for so tie no se hwe e de asam na mo keka na ne o mo so wo moti kwa pai nya asem ketwa na Ghana so yesi kasam ne adwadie ya ato apin ya yegusu a yetoto ne ma hwese betimi access ne dada mu ntie nam so ma governor eye amrado ya ono ne da Bank of Ghana ano one yera kanoforiata finance minister umienu nyina abuo maketem de omani ache World Bank ene IMF wan bia ye befa so a yesi kasam ne adwadie ho tutu ye betimi agina yie no wo mo fa so etu ho anamo eti awie yo se bempa hwere o MPP obesi wo manemu ha Madijibrel obesi NDC fo anemu ha na Sylvester Sapon Soprano CPP Director of Communications on the Wabeland kra the first in history and Soprano eba eja ebeye pinso ewo fia ha ewo sia for me din MAAME BIAMAH AKWAFO me twam hotel me ba yetwa ensem no eso.
Take the following actions, initiatives and interventions under the 7-point agenda. To aggressively mobilize domestic revenue will, among others, 1. Increase VAT rate by 2.5% to directly support our roads and digitalization agenda. Fast-track the implementation of the Unified Property Rate Platform Program in 2023 and review the E-Levy Act and more specifically, reduce the headline rate from 1.5% to 1% of the transaction value as well as the removal of the daily threshold. 3. To boost local productive capacity, we will, among others, cut the imports of public sector institutions that rely on imports, either for inputs or consumption, by 50%, and would work with the Ghana Audit Service and Internal Audit Agency to ensure compliance, support the aggressive production of strategic subsidies, including the list disclosed at the President's last address to the nation, support large-scale agriculture and agribusiness interventions through the Development Bank of Ghana and ADB Bank, introduce policies for the protection and incubation newly formed domestic industries to allow them to make the goods produced here competitive for local consumption and also for exports. To promote exports will, among others, expand our productive capacity in the rail sector of the economy and actively encourage the consumption of locally produced rice, poultry, vegetable oil, and fruit juice, ceramic tiles, among others. To pursue efficiency in government expenditures will, among others, implement the government directives on expenditure measures, integrate procurement approval process with gift lists to ensure that projects approved are aligned with budget allocation, review key government programs to reflect relevance, promote efficiency, and ensure that value for money is achieved in all sectors, including OGM, and review the efficiency of statutory funds. To implement structural and public sector reforms, will, among others, impose a debt limit on non-concessional financing. Undertake major structural reforms in the public sector by reviewing the operations of 36 state-owned enterprises, 8 special purpose vehicles, 90 joint venture companies, 38 regulatory institutions, 68 statutory bodies, and 6 subvented organizations. Enforce compliance with legal and regulatory framework on foreign exchange, initiate measures to overhaul the tax structure in the extractive industry, expand the gold purchase program by the Bank of Ghana to support foreign exchange reserve accumulation, promote an LBMA certified gold refinery in Ghana, and promote local currency stability. To safeguard social protection programs will, among others, expand social protection programs such as LEAP, school feeding, and NHIS for the vulnerable and socially excluded.
Utie oha extra ponkno. Needs FM.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to ma me ensa duku potomanto. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. We dan klanu tumu ho. Me be mo anu nso hye kura de aka ho. Wo hwe de wepi ho. O ka sa batete. E da fom ho. This way chocolate drink.
Crash up a pair, Baba Warrior.
Aso.
Ye fear said this way chocolate drink, your sorry, no pan on yenum. Ye bishop free genome no snack. Ye nyaho who I don't yet serve woman. Ye did really a pebibia bob we had yasua. This way chocolate drink in yenum. And at this one, what's yanua? Has it a wom, cocoa wom, brick wom, bibia wom. I don't hear any social.
This way chocolate drink.
You hear any social.
FDA, I just said you didn't crack too much to say a ye.
You know that a great deal of work in my career has been to address human rights issues, equality issues across the board, including as it relates to the LGBT community. And I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting the freedom and supporting and fighting for equality among all people, and that all people be treated equally. I will also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider, to be a human rights issue, and that will not change.
Oh, yes. What's the name?
Hano Youngs of the New York Times.
Zolan. Ms. Young. So thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. A bill has been proposed to the Parliament of Ghana, which has all kinds of ramifications, which is now being considered by the Parliament. It hasn't been passed. So the statement that there is legislation in Ghana to that effect is not accurate. No legislation. The bill is going through the Parliament. It's going through the Parliament. The Attorney General has found it necessary to speak to the committee about it regarding the constitutionality or otherwise of several of its provisions, and the Parliament is dealing with it. At the end of the process, I will come in. But in the meantime, the Parliament is dealing with it. And I have no doubt that the Parliament of Ghana will show, as it's done in the past, first of all, its sensitivity to human rights issues, as well as to the feelings of our population, and will come out with a responsible response to the proposed. The legislation was a legislation that is being provided as a private member's bill. This is not an official legislation of the government, but it is one that has been mooted by a handful of private members. So we will see what the final outcome of it. But my understanding from the recent discussion I had with the chairman of the committee, the substantial elements of the bill have already been modified as a result of the intervention of the Attorney General. We will see what the final outcome.
We need to legislate. Our friends just passed their law in Uganda. We may not go the way they have gone because our constitution is very clear as to the direction we should move. And so we'll be guided by that. Because if we pass any law against the constitution, it's unconstitutional. So we have to do that. And so what are you afraid of? If you have the whole people behind you, if God is with you, who can be against you? And if God says, please, go into the wilderness, multiply and fill the world. That is God giving you that command. If somebody says, please, don't multiply, how can that person be strong? I don't only speak this way in Ghana. Even at the last meeting we attended in IPU at Bahrain, anybody who listened to my speech, there were sentences on this matter. Luckily, maybe because it's a Muslim country, they applauded me. If they're somewhere else, they will be asking questions. As the Vice President just did, yesterday. I mean, these things should not be tolerated. That is undemocratic. What is democracy? That somebody else will have to dictate to me as to what is good and what is bad? Unheard of. Because we have decided to devalue ourselves and go a begging. Come on. We have more than enough. God has created more than enough for every person. It's just because you are looking at somebody else's share, not yours. We have enough in the world. The bill will be passed. This is the word to His Excellency the President. There is no way he can intervene. That answer he gave. That is now before Parliament. And when he gets to a stage that he will come in. Hey, please. This is legislation. This is not execution. Wait until we pass it and then we direct you to execute it. That is why you come in. That is why we are representatives of the people. So in terms of law, which is part of policy, we finalize it. And then the executive now have the authority to implement it, to execute it. Let's get this clear. Once this bill is before here, he is not in charge. I am in charge. I hope the U.S. Vice President is not yet gone.
We would not allow our health care systems to collapse. That the leaders were going to work to ensure that life expectancy improved, that they were going to ensure that maternal mortality was reduced, that they were going to ensure that infant mortality was eliminated, and fundamentally that the disease burden would be reduced if not eliminated. That is how clear the diagnosis was in 1963. They were also clear that ignorance was a contributing factor and that we had been so thoroughly under-educated or miseducated, as Carter G. Woodson had said a little earlier in 1933 of the American in his book, Miseducation of the Negro, which word you did not want to verbalize. And the most important thing was that we did appreciate that we had been miseducated, and so clear was the articulation of this. And if you go to many African schools and many African countries at that time, we built many universities. Those of you who come from Liberia or Sierra Leone will know that in those early days, the universities that existed at that time were universities such as Fura Bay in Freetown in Sierra Leone, which was a leading institution then and even now known as the Athens of Africa, because it was the residence of knowledge. That was Africa identifying her problems. We also recognized that poverty was an issue, and we assumed that having regained independence, we would deploy our intellectual resources and our other resources to ensure that our men and women would not labor under economic desperation.
The Christian community will now go into caucus and decide what to do, because lawyer Akoto has made us know their roadmap. They are going to the radio stations, and then they'll be organizing some street march and all that. You see, if we get to the street and our numbers come out and you see us and you can still pass this something against this bill, then you have done well. But we are going to cause our people to come on the street, and we are going to warn any government that if you vote against this bill, we will vote you out. And that is it. There's no room for neutrality. No, it's not political. It is not political. Ghana is not, what I'm saying is not political. It's about the future of the nation. Anyone who wants to destroy this nation, we will not allow you to rule us. That is it. We have to take the values and principles of God on the street. This thing that we are losing. That is why we are seeing this nation the way we are seeing. So we want all Christians to arise so that we go out there and stand for the values and principles of the kingdom of God. That is the only way that will bring deliverance for our nation.
For instance, growth rate of the agriculture sector has seen a decline from 2.7% in 2016 to 0.7% in 2022. And I would say this is the harvest from the Planting for Food and Jobs program, which has received billions of taxpayer and donor funds. Similarly, the growth rate for the manufacturing sector has also declined from 7.9% in 2016 to 4.5% in 2022, thereby calling into question the impact of the much vaunted 1D, 1F program. Further, the growth rate for the construction sector has also declined from 8.4% in 2016 to 4.2% in 2022, despite government's claim about borrowing to build roads and other infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the true state of our nation. It is evidence for all to see that boastful and lofty rhetoric is not the same as competence. Quite to the contrary, with the MPP, empty sloganeering is their way to hide their lack of appreciation of substantive issues. Never again, and hopefully so, should Ghanaians permit themselves to be tormented by a group of boastful persons who feel self-entitled to misgovern. Let us not underrate what it means for our collective sanity when a president has an uncomfortable relationship with the truth, constantly shifts blame to others, and conveniently avoid difficult topics. My brothers and sisters, whereas the president asserts, maybe because of the severity of the present difficulties, or maybe because it suits their preconceived agenda, some people are unwilling to accept that we're on a good trajectory until the arrival of COVID-19. Nothing could be further from the truth. Ghanaians want relief from the socio-economic pain and hardship visited on them by the MPP administration, and not flimsy excuses. Ghanaians want a government that will be truthful, even in difficult times, and listen to them in humility. Incontrovertible facts show that Ghana's economy showed signs of serious challenges even before COVID-19 struck, a point that was made by the country director of the World Bank, Mr. Pierre Laporte. For instance, way before the first case of COVID-19 was recorded in Ghana in March 2020, the public debt had increased from 120 billion in 2016 to 225 billion in 2019, representing an increase of 105 billion in the country's debt stock. COVID was nowhere. Ukraine and Russia had not even thought about fighting.
The best station in The best station in the
Area for no me no abapa sima edu pepepe neat 100.9 and I was so egua uti no me my Ghana nti and ewia yesi enkonwa ye de kan bobo so ma say nei Ghana ye economy no said yes ni trasi nti no ade aban yi etoto niema hwekon befa so a ye betimi apa ye ho na fe ye pe ho a ye hu yasene mu eyie pa na no nti ye de ho ekwa kobo IMF wo mo hyehyɛ ye ene ade when I'm so governor ya oda Bank of Ghana no ena Yera Kenuforiata finance minister wo mienu nyina ka won ho bom ena wo se wo mo World Bank ena fe IMF na wo makwa nea wo wo ema yen se de be ya isika sem ne adwade ho tutu ye ne betimi akoyie na wotwe we ye musomu amani tua NDC ne MPP we to na we ato we to no we ato NDPP ene koto twede kane bra umkopie mu ewo ayi efense minim so obame na omkoye na nasem price so ombo dwadata na won price so mebo a price so na won bo dwadata ne jai campaign platform nyasem ketwa yomusani gumsani na mo munia mani tua se de campaign tie no ene wugina ho no mo ase de honhom bi na atia si uso no ubom sa nti ene akom ne baye empanyifo kasaye na womo kasa ye no Vice President His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ono ena edine mo nyam kota womo achi a chese ono so kasa bi na momo no womo e kasa ye nyina Party General Secretary ono so kasa ye ena empraiso mrashebedwane Yera Brian Champ ana abetifi mrashebedwane Yera Brian Champon wono so kasa ye no ne de na chese agentre ha ono ne de no wakokan ye no ena agentre ha chese obia muni atikwa paise ekuma e de agwa na Brian e kan de na Brian e kan ya etinkrofo etikwa pai ai etiana ye bedom asukọ sanse se de atwede no NDC to na MPP to na NDC to Madi Jibril every NDC abusuamu wababeka me ho e wo hase na Sylvester Sapon Soprano CPP abusuamu no fio no so abeka me ho e wo ha mpanyifo mamakwa aba
ya na tani kanu ya
Asantini papa Soprano
ai amachia sama me san review na correct me me san review
na me kan we papa
me san babio first one my me open ni
dey be ne first one sem we hear na do life say hey man kan ye no life we be
ni but I like the green you are wearing.
But you see, but I understand.
Thank you.
Understand. On say situations, pressure.
Pressure feel.
Pressure. On say pressure be or wa. If you share kese mu.
Spiritual na said.
Bibia physical. On say be say the question.
Jebre.
But feel that what buy na chiwa on and relax, you know, say asare.
And buy the one who make
pressure no halo.
The brother pressure was one.
About pressure will be also. Ghana de summary say bia yimuna so wa onim yanom de omuni pressure.
Mama.
Yanom. Atu also afi omo so mbeko ntokwa. Nso afi omo so mbeko kontokwa, omo wo men no omo de beko ntokwa. Anti pressure nim. Obi all pressure bia na ntokwa na wo dwene by this time.
Before asem na okay.
Me de me mo obi adin. Yanom na me kom ho asem.
Minim de wo kan.
Yanom. So omo say omo ewo the men.
Oh, okay.
We thought the men were going to fix the economy.
Yeah, can the men, and people want to say we have the men.
Oba, and I can say economy no more solve. But since no, more members of MPP for more military experience from the Anglo-Saxons in UK and US no. More person armed and how to use arms. We have the men. So na na say economy no omo ye ya anye na afi adani tuobo me dey say na me hu no because if they could fix the economy they would have no omo ntimi nya na afi adani patapa ene ntokwa so oba na me ano they say generally na me I'm not surprised so new patriotic party and I'm sure omo ntimi and keep omo promise to fix the economy now in fact omo asay economy no because you know say the legacy of Nana Akufo-Addo is that he bankrupted the republic. That is legacy. NDC for they call a New Patriotic Party. They call 2024 election. And Ghanaians, no, we are all waiting. Said we would all go to the polling station and at the ballot box send a message to the New Patriotic Party. So, but almost the economy, what I'm seeing is almost started Shisheba. They want to create chaos and confusion. So, because I cannot see any reason why Penny to say Brian a champion, our honorable, our MP no Okasa to say the Okasa.
It does say, Gabriel, Adi, Akwaba, and Pom to say,
I'm here to
be real, in fact, we shall bear 2 times, and son of me who say, "Wa, I fresh guy."
Especially when we are in fasting. Very well.
Fasting mood, you know.
Magic, no, fasting, Ankasano, apart from the spiritual. Yeah. Also,
the body also needs it.
Good for the.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, say who read more of how to even maintain your body. Fasting is part of. The precious fish, la.
Allah.
Well, fasting no so science mono. Oh, say if you say no. Every day ye didi. Ebia na body ni ye adwuma sa kukuku. Na ewi say me be kunkunta me di ye.
I say kunkunta to say.
Aje ay 6 cities.
6 cities. And I am mo ade say.
Mo ade de be 10 cities. Yes, I will.
That be the way oji so no anto ye mo ade. I say ebia. Na no to ye.
Cement me anto ye mo ade.
Put de kosua.
Thank you. I say ujina ho. Konkonte ni kosia. E na meji akake duro kakra gu.
And one ka una won timi nje.
Na ma flavor na.
Ente won timi nje so yi no.
Ti akonkonte boy de oba.
Ogwa the first person in the history of this country.
Konkonte ni kosia.
Konkonte ni kosia.
No waji akake.
Fo ni kosia de asantema mo kwa anye na. Akonkonte ni kosia de me say da.
Mo want mo to no no.
O de akake duro kakra gu so ana e kama pa.
Kosia o je be san.
Kosia doctor see ni ba ko di 2 hours.
Go economy na nkasa no.
I see. Abusianfo empanyinfo in na wie ye ne mo ebebo enkomo e de afa Ghana ye economy no said ye see etie ho economy recovery no kwan ye fa so a ye beji economy no esi ho no mo it governor of Bank of Ghana on finance minister omo akopiem IMF na World Bank adwesio mo e de ye bisade na ekwa akoto na meka wo ba bi ese eyi say World Bank na IMF no mo plead Ghana. They should help us because a Canada so. What I say, ebuye kom. O my ketwa small boy and a small girl. I'm a Ghana, Ghana. O my ketwa small girl. Any be what I say. As a same be na ye na chesi timidika babo bosian left, right, and center. Well, many ye. It are you for na a man na moso so na mo de mo no. Why ye or son no say ayi or maybe this America say Ghana ka we ho. It is say yato boabo mataso yes enkwahwe enkahwe nyana ufan China for na muka ne dos 1.7 billion dollars ebi wom China nia na kana sam so obi ofri China e dey say China nia for yesrem o hu ye mobo enti we no IMF ni World Bank nyina wom do ho agim ehwe kwan betimi afa so aboa Ghana na wotwe we na said ye soprano e sha ade na asumtum say hit wom eti ye de be free ase free emprise so na wotwe we ye mu kwawo NPP arise and build work wo mo ekoye ne nsem a efri mu e bai soprano e sha ase de me fanko so the bro me sha ase de free so a say work ne de amutum say e normal work political party bia wunya chance no a wo betimi ayebie Omo NDC mu ye bi na MPP mu eye bi na ensem na free mobile na mo so mo respond ensem no de na ekofa ba de me fa say den na ehu ewo mu enti mu di mirika ebe respond
edika ba me fa kwenya nchia ifo me san fa kwenya we so me mfo ne na Madam Mubarak ndey 20th day the last 10 days. Last 10 days, one of the intensive period in the fasting. this is the time the one who say by Bonnie Bar and a Joe around 12 a.m. a month for sorry a bonfire really last 10 days, you know. Nti vacancy your bonfire and a couple 1G and pie ball. That's the all that we are looking for in the fasting. I mean, campaign politics. The idea na yeah. Nti say obi ko kasa wa platform so a at times we measure as a basically a political speech. But in yetem bia na amanfo e weka say amanfo e ma kasem on the political platform. Na agya no tra sa. Nia ntia Brian Achampo can asem a NDC for raise issues. This is the second time a senior officers of the MPP Akasa Assembly. Obeka last year, the friend said, director for operation at the presidency, Lord Comey. Akasa Assembly ka say, too many dear Ghana for 2 years, which they believe say end this way we need elections because we tear mo asemono a say na ma bu on mine end this way we need elections. But about 2 minutes there, from NDC. We spoke about it last year. I thought say be almost a debate free mo. Now, Brian, I take the opportunity again on this weekend. It's that period. I reflect towards it. To raise this tempo again, say elections no more corner. Mr. Nanado, 1 year, 1 boy, my Ghana. Yes. Now, NDC be we need elections. But we need elections are almost there. Almost jai 2 minimum my NDC power. A idea for everybody in this country. I say 1 year worried about the statement because I buy here to know a amount for and I to about extra margin because we the last elections are 2016. Na parliament na almost 152 against 109 over kaya. By Ghana for it to about 137 for parliament, which means enya u pahat na obeye and I say ukasa obeye e idea Ghana for epe and it to aba ema. Again, even without we accepting crapono between NDC vote in 2016 and MPP, it was 800,000. But the Ghanaians decided to vote even not the same result again in 2020 elections. So when you have a party people, what's your party for? So because say elections say ya sumo wan Ghana no 2024 they be win elections nti we mo kwa medjuma enya asem. But you catch am say they be ye de nim say ya nya ade the ohio na ba o man Ghana for nto aba maye. Na media especially Ghana for say media me American trained soldier. Nti am fa to me emma. It's unfortunate for him to say. But in the first place, let me dare, know a friend say, Brian. I have MPP for a rating. But I believe say the police will take action on this one. Because Nankandis in the case, I say, by now. Obekaya, Kokwa in the Wuka say, the 1978 will repeat himself. Okay, issue no. IGP invite Kokwa in the Echo. Police headquarters. I think we want to see police, especially now they have elections department, because our elections. Whoever wins the elections, Ghana will not destroy, and Ghana must not destroy. In this obedient, I say, only the any human on bear, but only the heart anybody winning elections in there. It's rather unfortunate. It will be 2020 elections. To up to date. You can't want them. No, I think it's unfortunate. But, mommy, my young starting can't even Brian Champa. Maybe the MPP now.
And this Musro Brian Ankasa.
When you power on fuel, I have fuel or go for American man, you know you. I go, in fact, on our mom, I think it is not Brian.
But so, one go through any training?
Oh, Mr. This 3-week training. 3 weeks training, yes, sir. Be our yes, police for us, police for now,
But how many people get such?
I'm saying, among for me, yes, our police for our police. 6 weeks training. I'm saying, police for no. Ebi na okoye. And we go over to fuel. Fuel na wobu. But our market people first say we is radical. But let me say it. You see, when
remember go in the hamwa now.
That I feel me too.
What I said 3 weeks ago.
We are saying that elections are here call. We are not interested in say to trust them our elections. This is what our stand actually. But we are also telling the people of Ghana say, "Sa nipa no why Saturday no crap no." Where Saturday no fuel and na work so ejuma inye soja ni ejuma. Soja for ejuma we na mo say who ejuma na obetima e na obetimi atomfo obebu fuel amaye. Ejuma Brian eye wo US. God made him through NDC to empower him. Through NDC and not the man ejuma wo APPD2 away control ejuma to empower him. And he, the way I want is free NDC, will you wish MPP to be in power again?
NDC for money.
APPD2, on the controller Peru. If you tell us no, yeah. As I that Prosamos, anyway, save Jumano. It tells you the government of NDC that believe in everybody.
But say MPP times, so they've given equal opportunities.
They should come and say, we are talking about him. When opportunity of a government can give you this for Ghanaians, now pay the Obeba Hagana for say who they to trust them and on the bay.
Unim BB, former EC, Dr. Kwadwo Afraijan, he made the statement and Sana Ofria Kunya said, elections are not won at the EC office. Elections are won at the polling stations. And he said, what is a brand a champon? I can't say some way at the atonement. And you know, Bema NDC, I jam so that you put your things in order, you put your house in order, so that polling stations or whatever, when you win elections, no. Mobeto to name ye training upon training, more polling agents and those things, and none of them concentrating on. But say be our go it's neither here nor there.
You see him. I say, Dr. Farijan Ekaya, no. If I even didn't say Kapasana ete. Yen to about our headquarters, yen to about the region. Baby, yen to about our polling station. But say we about to a polling station, never to about. Can you win election day? I'm just asking you. Said send down Ronaldo eti any Brian eti. If they decide to send ballot papers to bridge to that polling station, are you winning elections? Just say polling station no. If they decide to say you try to about anyway, no way to send our trophy na pay omua. Are you getting the vote?
It is the empower microphone, so that's how a two bunny those kind of things. No, even if it will happen, any effect.
In fact, we said this in 20 after I was West Wagon. You raise issues of two. I prepare. I don't know them from 9 and a woo. Who bulletproof? Up to a boy to a Blokuma Central. And then this pool agent in a boy. A coba brantia, what dear Ghanaian come be. I was fooling that one car elections. It's just a voter. When your NDC Cadbury member. I hope you understand. So, if you say you better about at the polling station, someone can some win elections and I hire you. And they better about. But to make a tell say, even though NDC will win elections, but at 2 million month for money there, then there is something else that they want to do. What you say? So, for me, Brian and MPP, this is their trade. But you see, the yes so yet cause call that way. Mame unya peace ewo mayimo. That is what we are not looking for. There, yes you can say okay, say Brian akasa dia. And yes so kwen bia so there 2 minutes there beji, you will not have peace. And do you want us to go that way? Can a person can say, oh, and this once a Brian akasa no, and yes you can say and then a better my in the speech, what you can hear, I say, Memma no and another can hear no. And another can hear await you. I say, Omudian Crawford, Momukum Crawford and war, but to lead government, Omunibino, they have those men. And on yes, I know can hear. Yes, and a Brian can hear. What say on one case of crap on the way, Miss Yapamono, one Timmy Jumano. I think another one say, what if you need to know in the Brayway Juba? Because you guys in another catch say, ministers never think Chimbia no mania minister no, accommodate you or Mokai. Last year, I can say, yes, I say accommodate you, Monty Brian, accommodate you. I fair any money opportunity to about the debut. Afe and another concern says, "Uti come you any amount of opportunity, and you can get this rush." This trash no bekano. I'm telling you, say I mean, we will not spend 1 CD to go to this election 2024 for anybody to use the word any. What is what I say? Or preventing us to swear in the president that Ghanaians are voted for 2024. That one will not happen. That one will not, because when Lord Komeka, say maybe they will learn from the lesson from them. But it's also looking, say, I for when you Omo mutaka sansemoni na I say omo ji sa turumu games no mebre. I don't want to believe that one. They also are making those statements in MPP. They seem to be in support of this homosexual and gay issues. You know.
Oh, you know what?
I said that they should improve if they are not interested to provide that one in 2020. I said that they should come and tell her if they are not interested in that one. I'm saying that this is how we will take them all. I'm saying that.
One will say brand and will be a trumu. And now one will say beer.
So what can I to? Me make a master say if they are not in it.
Why are they got to do with?
Why are they so keen to prevent the will of Ghanaians? If not because of that things. I'm saying I'm getting what I'm saying.
Okay. So you're confusing me.
I'm not confused. I'm saying that people who want to prevent to be in power by force. They know what they want to protect.
They want to remain in power.
Yes, they are brain no. So they want to be in power forever. Say because and things that they don't want us to know.
No, I don't want you be and cause LGBTQ.
And I say that me master in America also can be become.
Wow. Medas Jibril and Oten and can Madi Jibril and Oten and Kana. Soprano.
I mean show. I maybe person me use last week me call Kentampo.
Okay.
And
why?
Oh,
farms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And me call.
If I'm for na ekwaye.
Ekwaso kakra. Ade echi ade esen nyina ne de edu ani nyini. It's just a question of time. And normally no. Also, agricultural inputs to say fertilizer and pesticides, no, and are very important. But so when you say, at least from where I sit, planting for food and jobs, me help be inferior. Me fertilizer a teaspoon back or me I'm not the only one. Yani to and I say no wedding because of United States and NATO sanctions on Russia. And I'm fertilizer when Inti the American say farmers airborne homodin for and easy, but we have no option but to do our best for our country. Mechia farmers mechia CPP for mechia Mr. James Tahiri Kura any Tahiri for a craft for mechia Nana Kru Ampem dawa number 1 Nana Kru Ampem one of his area honum India and mechia will be our home Kitikimunina Auntie Francesca Muton Pito Nina mechia womo oba yeah, Auntie Francisca be Tom Pito, a Jatokura, a bench randa, or a very serious industrious woman. I was saying, Duan Cathy, who about I say on the structure, no hard working woman and easy. It's Oban where do I use Suna, could you for the upper no do I, and I say Sika ginger, I can
draw, yeah,
I'm the petition.
Hey, I can draw.
Involving many of the products here.
Whoa!
Financial petition and boys name
and unemployment. Before now, no Nigeria never free ball. No Nigeria never free ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Before now, no Nigeria.
Yeah.
But I think that people have now started.
Cultivating.
And it's so easier to
cultivate. Relatively, yeah.
I'll look into
it. Or a Googler. Oba a common idea, no. A honorable Brian Champon, MP Abetifi. I've been following him. And, by and large, me feel so a forceful MP. If I'm not mistaken, I am the Minister of Agric.
Yeah.
And I will excuse what he said based on his likely euphoria. If you say post near the man on no one should that so no Brian Champon, which my be honorable minister that it's a funny trim. And no, and who at an entry and an chia or the kojina stage no so or can asem. Because if that is not the case, then for the life of me, I cannot understand why a seasoned politician and a former member of the United States military so obejina hono mo ka asem no. Nti o kan ni me shame because impression am nya ni say unse America for no munyina nunum tuoto unse anom ta kunkum krofo America tutututuo. Nti honorable Brian Champon be kan asa no ma ye very 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 apprehensive because unse was a former US Army guy. Nti e bia be he no a cache of weapons e hye ni fia bia o de plan so bia o de be ye bibi. Nti me yam shame so o kan asa no. However, subsequent to that, or cancer, no, if you hear in Kratemuti news, no, me say the General Secretary of New Patriotic Party, Justin Frimpong Kodia, waba out. Abeka said there is no way that the New Patriotic Party will allow violence or 2024 elections. So at least from their side. So further to that, no, so who say Honorable Richard Ahiagbla, who is the communications director for the NPP, and also saw Abba out there, the New Patriotic Party is committed to free and fair elections and will not tolerate violence. That is according to the new crusading guide. You know, I actually take them seriously. A general secretary of the New Patriotic Party and the communication director. I think, Brian Champon, honorable, clearly spoke out of over exuberance and euphoria. Yeah, the minister when you that say or no Brian Champon, nan could beat me in your post no be. Them say or kasa wrongly. So I say, but having said that, no, so you take a look at this whole conversation and you have a political environment, and then you have to analyze it closely, and then you realize, in fact, Brian Champon is not the only one who has been speaking out of 10, as they say, as a kasa by heart, honorable Muau. I will free a betify, minimum betify for pa, one tank asasa. Don't honorable Huyam. But then again, it's not too surprising. So, because political culture now, a war in 4th Republic, a year dominated by New Patriotic Party and National Democratic Congress. Threats of violence to the electoral system, a commonplace. This is not the first time. Now, what I say, say, honor His Excellency, former President. John Dramani Mahama, blessed gentleman. No one can say NDC for community a true tree assembly bag and we a revolution for it. Woman no dear church, even the former president of Ghana was seemingly threatening in his statements. But I know, say, in his heart, President John Mahama is a patriot and he will do anything to ensure the peace and stability of Ghana. International Americans say probably the heat of the campaign trail, and the more Mokasa, because that is not all. That is not all. In fact, Honorable Esiedun Ketian so can say, even if it will cost NDC blood, they will do what it takes. So, and as we hear more, NDC more and so no, from NDC youth organizer, and also Crampody also we shall, kill for political power. So, until I share the MPP for can now say, New Patriotic Party, so the Odano in the person of His Excellency, President Akufo-Addo. On the Crampody, I know I say all die be died, the BNC. And the Fourth Republic, no one now, is your monarch in the NDC and MPP, they are full of wild, dangerous political statements. But thank God, say none of it has materialized into blood on the streets in Ghana. Now, Oba. Yes, CPP for you shed ye kwasu nyina very very alertly. Yeah alert. So tan unsem no want to say CPP for cancer asemi bi da. Yen cancer, yentimi cancer. It's not in our DNA. For the simple reason say yen no yentimi nwo oman Ghana. Na akora na ya wo no. Yakofa no ne yede na agura akowura nsuo hyiemu te say the New Patriotic Party Brian Champon person de Ghana ekowura nsuo hyiemu ma Ghana eto ehikojo no. Honorable Esiedun Ketia, or say even if it will cost NDC blood, Excellency, His Excellency, former President, can say, and we are the revolutionaries, we can be more violent than everybody. And I say, Swami NDC, youth organizer, or can say, we shall kill for political power. CPP, we don't do stuff like that. So I say, now, me no, I'm not surprised. That's the answer in same way. APA because we share the leaders of the New Patriotic Party. Now we share the leadership of the National Democratic Congress. As a political analyst, I'm not surprised so omo keka sa. Oba busam say adenti na me kasa. Mpeso busam me.
Adenti na kasa.
Oba so ho me ka asem kese pa na akire ene atiefo. So President Kwame Nkrumah can say neocolonialism is the last stage of imperialism. Yeah, me can say one more keka sa ansem we ni nyina no. Me I see them as neocolonialists. So here me can say much. I'm breaking it down one by one. Most of them no more can say omo person omo di mojahwiegu any a battle any war ban because talking about war no according to the Hawk newspaper Yamin of NDC Joseph Yamin our call Prempe or junior or Prempe our national organizer for NDC or say expect war if elections are rigged into Yamin podi I know they just say Liberia situation and Russia Ukraine war ni be and a war power so and me share the question you say why is this thing happening from the top echelon of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress? Is it because they don't really care about Ghana? And my answer to that is yes, and I can prove it. I didn't know America, sir. That will share your leadership now. So, they don't have even their families in Ghana. What is a me can say be a Ghana be war? Na makofahin. So I say Timusa na konkwentena ni managing light so me won't say me kokan war but what is the honorable Esiedun Ketia the venerable honorable or see even if it would cost the NDC blood so but Esiedun Ketia and according to news report no ne family grant Ghana omo to Canada enu ntin otimi cancer ne senka o yiri no mati krom ha I don't think he can't call it for war. No, but that's not all. That's not all. Oh, yeah, Honorable His Excellency, the former president, John Dramani Mahama. No, no, I'm saying the bandit Tunisia, say Dubai. Church, woman to Chrome ha.
Oh, the man be wa.
We are sure. Yeah, in the Oko GSS, Nana. Don't do Oko GSS, what in my but one more Macano. O moment to Tiabrocho, Ghana for Muntio. Move from to move for moment Tiabrocho. What's he about war? Blood will flow. Blood, dear, Hemedia, now, dear, and anybody, dear. Oh, very important. But that's not all. Brian Champion or Cassan. I'm sorry, former military officer or US Air Force. And a man in the Tiabrochi. I tell you something, yes, you're from a betifi. A betifi said, you come where betifi, and you are watching our Ghana. Oh, moment, so, I'm saying to Ghanaians, say, move shares and AKWAFO closely. And you see, say, yeah, Oba, Yenny Momo, Yampenning for now, or we are neo-colonialist, no. That we shall warm one. Or mobile ebenya power na omako akoto dan wo America ana London na omo de omo yire ene omo mako school ewo ho na omaka akire omo mani se mu wie school abrochire na ye de Ghana for sika hwemo na don't come back to Ghana eti se si anu se wo hwe a New Patriotic Party for na omo mu bia minimu omo na what they are planning to do mitie omo nkomo na omo plan ne say in case se omo anwene 2024 election na omo nshadan ye worried because we are taught dying Fairfax County Northern Virginia America a dying kutu 6 bedrooms with a basement bibia ye adwuma air conditioner and heater cars ni bibia watonu mu a enye mortgage mpo ene ode ne yire akotenem ho ne yire ni Ghana ene ode ne ma ko ho no school aka atwo mse mu wi amamo mba etu omo no sa MPP for na me no omo din komo no omo strategy ni say in case MPP enya power na cash kakra no matimi aboa no omo ko akotena Fairfax County any London any ade na omo ma na omo kotena ho no a omo nya nkrata na omo awo a omo ma na yes citizen no na anwumre omo de omo nana no makokọ walk no omo di sika na omo de call ye ne kakra edan de omo atwa awie nto omo ntua rent bio na omo de dem na che se omo ne abrofo na echile na yen no ati krom ha. I'm saying all of this to remind the electorate in this country, our beloved Ghana say, leaders now, omujina ho kase ebe kontokwa, yebe shie moji agu, there will be war. Yamin, or see there will be war. Now omo yiri no omo manti krom ha. Enko school wo krom ha. Yedi konkonte cities ni kosia ba omo nibi. Omo we Wendy's Baconator hamburgers. Ewa America, any London, and nam papa bi quarter pound beef a yɛtwitwa etwa gye ne nto segusuo ɛne wɔn wie ɛna wɔn te hanom ɛna wosi ehedwo bɔdɔ wɔte ase wosi ehedwo bɔdɔ kukurudu nkrɔfo na wɔn da nti manu sie no ya meme ka ne sɛ yɛn CPP foɔ no so ho na Kwame Nkrumah and a new patriotic party nkrɔfo na Akufo Addo asefo no tu no na Kwame Nkrumah na yɛpɛ ne back CPP foɔ nkɔ Kwame Nkrumah si kroma no man ka there will be an uprising a yɛbɛsan di n'asi so but ɔse me na me kyem ɛwɔ Ghana so ho nti there is no way say ɔbɛ ma ɔman na say na emom President Kwame Nkrumah dey send one paragraph eja na meka ni anu asi President Kwame Nkrumah will say and so right now what we need in this country is a new type of citizen, a dedicated, modest, honest and informed man, a man who submits himself to the service of the nation and mankind, a man who abhors greed and detests vanity, a new type of citizen whose humility is his strength and whose integrity is his greatness. These are the guiding principles of the Convention People's Party. It's Obana, Miss Adibakwa Meta Etienne say, Soprano, Unjai CPP, Enko joining NDC and MPP. Unso, assume a sequel joining NDC, a new patriotic party. And then Akufo Addo man a Land Cruiser say, see, and the man in answer to Quabro, school to say, a Sikafo no near the identical joining Womo, Nas Ghana Sikano, now we should be on. But no, ya man is Sikapel, yeah, okay. Now, I may not be able to bath in an aeroplane like the president of Ghana, and I may not have my family living outside like Honorable Venerable Esiedun Ketia and Irene Matikana de any abrofumu chiliano. But we are very happy with this Ghana. This is because Stayant Nakruma and Chichri Ukrona, why pan a bechi Kroya. Nobody, it's more mobile china mopesi Ukromu seno. Mopesa mukwa munya mayan, Namonia brofunum kwabimo hamburgano. And want to do so in a peaceful environment by the grace of God.
Thank you very much, Soprano. And Oteneka. Now, Mami Samra Ojibo. More NDC, more calling for say police invited Brian. And so I'm say other entities calling say police should invite Brian over his comment. What exactly did he say?
Okay, say last week, yeah, not 2 weeks. Ranty AB on NDC, regional executive. I could share, sir, to the Fuataribi, amount for a cash. The police of IGP, I said, baby, I go for 2024. No, may you be binna and say, and take me back. So he invited them. At least. Say, ma amount for who say, GGB, I was 60 more. At least, say at a record will be a show in Confession. In there, all the musicians share the show. But Obiasha was a politician, in tea. At least, but today, in the entire Osha Tariano, and they free because he empezes elections, you know. At least, a BB a behadry. And this will be Semia or China, at maybe BB Abesia. Why don't invite himself? As about walking, about the Obi wini no be elusu ya hebi Lawrence lusu ye odi abadan Emma Kufo and wini edi ma Professor Moss so I didn't know whole time where this is what you are saying so that we understand BBIECO. In fact, it will have been the fairness. In fact, if the police is not able to invite Brian, it tells you say the police are only doing one-sided. Okay. My boys in that arena, I can't say, you know, nobody requested, though. I remember I was in the police office. I'm on social media, and I'm going to treat that issue to invite the boys to come. I'm saying, say, elections now, for 2024. No, I'm on for 2 men, and the NDC.
You say just a mere political talk.
That arena was saying a mere look address.
And there is somebody's uniform.
I am saying, if I'm not
institutions uniform,
I am literally for one. I can't see me for 2 men because you don't have the right to say me for 2 men before they vote. That language, saying a basic language and elections embassy. It's about elections. What you say? So, what of on him? And the was a issue be why is MPP responded? Why is MPP say they are not in violence? Why? It means it sends something to MPP say, a man young way you about how mo.
Someone can say about say just a political talk.
Me say, Nankanya issue.
You shouldn't read any ministry.
Nankanya issue when Nankanya be ankasa. They would have been quiet about it. I hope you understand. But they know how these issues will even affect them. They know. And also that peaceful atmosphere towards our elections. Oh, now me Minua now in fact he made some allegations. So for general, Ninkwada minimum my friend say Kweku in office is legal higher. You will wish to have this company goes on. Ofani ba oba no a owari o Kita na wo she's in Kita. The other one owari Kumasi. The other one, the youngest one, all of them are here.
The wife na Canada.
Me say na Canada. But for the past 8 years, I've been with that. In fact, I call her my mother. Because when they come to parties, general secretary, I call my political father. In fact, of late, we've shown the general movement after the chairmanship, no more, sir. Once on na mamino and
me I don't know her.
Oh yeah, mom for the omunimo no. She's political active.
Okay.
She's one of the 24 area. You see her
very active.
Very active. Book of things they will tell you how she
almost say behind every great man.
Oh, book of things you see. In fact, there was a video by General Call Chrome. She was the one leading singing on that political active. When people, in fact, that one I know with.
So yes, sir, or domicile war.
But it's just to say security. But I'm on for a general. She's one of the women now who could feel the out. You see her. No, we know politicians are difficult even to have the family close to you. Yeah. But don't say it, especially when you mention his name. Kweku, me okay see no. In fact, now really Charlie. Oh, Canada sending BB. But has never Kweku has been always. In fact, we were playing elections, national elections, Kweku name was even all over. Niba Kweku no, Kweku say do all over. The other one who is closer like a son, and the contest war, a friend say AKWAFO. Say do organizer. Say okay. So I that one. If he said previously. But again, in the
state, aside say be a general and the family, there are politicians, our family.
You see,
outside.
You see, nobody has argued on that one. You see, that is why people must appreciate the NDC angle. Oh, I can say yes, if revolution, but you who say revolution, you say if revolution, but why? Inti me mind back to revolution no I can say democracy. So when NDC said that word, nobody should take NDC. NDC can say there be you see
that is where we were.
But emwa so inti me ma e dey be kosa area no a abaveka say enima yan kosa area no. What you say? This is NDC's issues. That is what John Muhammad said about the issues. But because acquired politics, people took it the way it's supposed to be, and they say
the whole story.
That is how the issue is, and that is the language he mentioned. What you mean issue where okay no? I say you say the clean and fair elections. That's to be elections no. Ebe hard you sure?
Ebe hard you and I be war. Because that's what the newspaper.
Oh, the word war no hard Till I will wish if I never make I have followed Fourth Republic from 92. I mean, a difficult previously to even to finish a radio program with an NDC MPP 90 minutes. In there, Namia don't want to the stage say, "What you pay her? I got an MPP Nika mo because for Okamba, MPP tina NDC KMO. We have gotten to a point that we are now appreciating
NDC tina MPP KMO na NPP atina NDC. see people they are in forms are.
In fact, one of the most easiest means. Car. But I am only talking about the democracy at the Aba, and we should manage our utterances. Oh, in fact, I can say, actual police for no, perhaps we made it earlier.
As a party, you have written
police should show interest to invite. Yeah. Inviting is nothing because when I remember example say recently I invited the youth organizer of the NDC. Yeah. In fact, you invited your friend say our so your father no. You invite your mo be train enti a mo atare we even though anka enye bibia because so the father me work party elections be brave who say nyama ye but ya just say the omofofo say they be say ya sense mindset no e dia how be beba and that is what we are trying to tell Brian but I believe he said the police will invite him for us to get these issues but the NDC to trust them we will not and I can assure Ghanaians say we are going to these elections free and fair say be ejuma from eno ejuma ebeye we can assure Ghanaians say vote to ebenya from will protect it the way it's supposed to be. But the only to trust them will allow the system to deal with that person.
Thank you so much. Yes, Brem. Now me be say anya bia ususu say the Brian ekan no. One way or the other said the Dr. Nyawonya Wotamaklo eka say a form of indiscipline. Now that kind of indiscipline no drew just the highest moment Brian should be called to order.
Well, not necessarily. Oba ti un say me feel say Brian on where adwuma ya check kakra and now for the most part no me hu no as quite sober. It's not by chance say ya no minister of agric what I say say be MPP for no omo men no and even though they are not able to deliver no there are a lot of there is a lot of you know competitive characters or MPP mo a omuntu deliver. Nti omu hwe man o mayi Brian I agree. Ebi anu wetimi deliver because penyin dada no na onya ade esa in my opinion. I don't think say bia Brian upstart bia so sorry or yes probably na post na e de man no ni trima ya ni dide na wakogina abetifi. And the boys nkwa na wa abetifi. E wakowu honum no. Madam Fubi can say MPP for no the whiskey bebre echo but no be so can me say honorable Brian or no more so into me feel say
one no bibi
Debbie me feel say but obi so some call holiday or call work but obi so chair me say penny honorable minister no he's a teetotaler onom ensa ntinye se bia na wanom nsa na why over but em say over exuberance post for na nya bi da na ya ni minister no so
ehun ani je ne ehun de no te ne hota no
yes onya a great minister that they me patch
Minister of State in charge of security
sure but
minister yeah MP Uber investment.
It is not the first time.
In fact, it's not a green in resources and everything. In fact, when you come to one of the investment, hotel, I think it is biggest in West Africa or Africa. So it's not the impact. These things will, in fact, in some time, I say, "Crapo say, oh man, means I opuye, say one pet." Yes, we don't know. We opuye. What's it mean, pet? Baby, I could do no another car say the hotel acquiring accommodation until our mom. Maybe I will first say, but. It is not about he's split MPP man. He will still have said the same thing he said because almost as our program we here no. Baumia trying to launch his own campaign. Two, Easter festivities that we a betifi and price to.
The purpose was to organize the grassroots.
The purpose is just to use the occasion to do their own things. Last year. Don't forget that they now.
What from a time? You
what him say? Easter
festivities, yeah.
So they use that crowd to do what they want to do. So they're sending a message. In fact, I will now say he sent a message to the whole world, say, because the whole world mind was in Abedifi at that time. So what he did, in his right mind, say, this is what we want to do.
Well, Obanama, thank you, and I appreciate it. I disagree with him. I don't think Brian wants to. By the way, I'm not carrying water for Honorable Brian Champon, but I'm just saying, say, Mr. So TV, so we follow our politicians, our leaders, and I don't think, say, or malicious. I'm say word I may use no. But anyway, all said and done, no. Say me check here. I'm say you take a lesson. By the way. Now the person make a plan and say, Jabril, I thank you for the clarification about the venerable honorable Esiedun Ketia. I of course believe it is true. I'll do a follow-up, but I want to believe say because the information out there, no, and now can say bia nansi on my bar. But most of our leaders, no. Yes. Omonti kromha. It's a kroni is say and further because on planet so better na kronum a chrono say kwan is no kwatena American futuro ni ho eti Ghana for ana mo to aba na madwene mo ankasa mo ho. It's time to vote for yourself.
Thank you very much. Abusia for need 100.9 was so ego otie no yemhwe messages kakra mo de aba na yemfam fem na fe yento so enko ensemfo from emo. Good afternoon, Mami Soldier. So that slogan, we have the men, that the NPP claims are not men who are good in managing Ghana's economy, but men who are good in manipulating elections and men who are good in etutrasa monkwa. Elisha Tay or the way free osu ena ode abba. Israba Anel can say good afternoon, Mami Soja. Special greetings to Honorable Kofi Nyako, incoming parliamentary candidates for Okaikwe North. He's the best leader who can win the primaries and also go for the ultimate gold come 2024 elections. Israba Edie Enonom. Kwame Ntwiniwa Plakunos hey hands of Brian Champon. NDC forced yen. And Sama Kasia hu ben na boot for boot and Mahama ne he do or die affair NDC for Enkeka or Meyi Emuhada. One Magana for Ankwa Asunkwa Didi. Hey, the MPP is in support of Brian Champon's comment. He spoke for us with no evil intent. With that comment, we're just flexing our muscles with no evil intent. Brian is a very responsible person. Nobody loves Ghana more than him and the NPP. The NPP is made up of very responsible people. Disrupting the peace and stability of this country, that's the last thing Brian and the NPP want to do. Boot for boot, John Mahama and his NDC are not our enemies, but rather our political opponents in a sibling rivalry for the attention and mandate of Mother Ghana. NPP, NDC, we are all siblings belonging to one Mother Ghana. However, the NDC should stop their habitually patapa and tintintinity behavior and imitate the good manners of the NPP family. Hey. Now, Musa Abatwa, at the way say, and was in recent times, NPP bigwigs have developed appetite for violence because they are walking freely when they perpetrate heinous crimes against the people of Ghana. Specifically, Ayawaso by-election. The unguided statement by Brian Champon must be condemned by well-meaning Ghanaians. Violence doesn't know rich or poor. The earlier they stop calling for violence, the better for them. Assalamu alaikum. For more to do more, for more taxes for Ghanaians. President, try me and see. No. Isa Wamuzongo. Isa Eddie, no. Mystic. Anyway, friends, good afternoon, BIAMAH. I hope you are terrific. I'm doing excellent, my dear. Though the discredited President Anado, Dr. Baumia-led government is known for hooliganism and blood sharing, but they shouldn't think they have monopoly over hooliganism. Brian Champon's reckless comment must be condemned by all level-headed, well-meaning Ghanaians. 8 innocent Ghanaians, defenseless Ghanaians were shot dead in the 2020 general elections by suspected state securities without justice. Brian Champon-led brutality on the good people of the Ayawaso West Wugon is still fresh in our minds. And the Japan genocidal comments against Gans and Elwas is still fresh in our minds. Never again to this wicked, heartless, and corrupt nation breakers. Good afternoon, Mami Soja. I deposited 350 Ghana cedis in my account 1 hour ago at Opportunity International Savings and Loans, Temanu Town branch. After checking my balance, I see only 261.74 cedis. What is happening? Jean Baptist Kwao from Temanu Town. I think, sir, you have to go to the bank and then seek for clarification there. Why, Pacho? I'm not a banker. Good afternoon, Mami BIAMAH. Please let the MPP and the NDC leaders say what they like, because what will happen and what will help move the country forward, they don't talk about it. Look at our SHS schools, because the PTA in our schools are not functioning well, and this is where the two leading political parties should have channeled their energy to appeal to the GS and government to see to it that the PTA in our schools are revived to help our children to have a peaceful atmosphere in the SHS schools. Mr. Tai of SA Stema and Odiwe Ebai. Hey, NDC. Okoto die ne bodje. DM die ne bodje. Brian die emfa bamra. Anyway, regards to Honorable Kofi Nyako incoming, okay. O Mensa Pillar 2 and Odiwe Efre Ebai. BMC1, NPP must understand that to break the aid with Ghanaians is by removing nuisance taxes. And they say they are fair no more they can. Lower the high cost of goods, food, services, and cedi to dollar rate drastically, and focus on agribusiness and domestication to win the hearts of ordinary Ghanaians suffering in this economic hardship. They must also know that only Honorable Kennedy, a Japan as flag bearer, can break the aid. A word to a wise Michael Odiwe Efri Ashalaja Ena Odebai. Good afternoon, Mami BIAMAH. Please tell the desperate former president and NDC party and supporters that Ghanaians are fed up with their threats, so they should stop the needless accusations and unfounded comments and train their supporters how to collate their election results and stop beating war drums. Since you have nothing to offer Ghanaians, that is why you have resorted to secure Ghanaians. But we can assure you and your desperate babes with sharp teeth that the next elections will be peaceful and nothing will happen. Indeed, the alternative is scary. Emmanuel Oku Yamwa and Odiwe Ebai. I'm Kwabena Freedom, Billy Hu Anyako. I only the good afternoon, Major Sopa. In 2024, when I go with my family to vote and I hear gunshot or violence there, I will just call my family, come to the house, because we will not die for our politicians. Senior, no matter what, still, Dr. Bawumia will surely be our next president. So I'm pleading with fans of DMB to campaign without any insults to other aspirants. Abele Ediwe Efrinungwa and Odeba. Mamifa we sorry so. Mokaila Jonas said the year inside Kerry, I will urge my party rank and file to continue with our message to Ghanaians as we determined to break the aid. As for the NDC threats, sounding of war drums, etc., let's leave them to continue. They did same, especially Mahama in 2020, yet they couldn't assemble their result. They cannot even tell their total votes obtained. Rojo Metonunu even went all the way drinking tea without bread while he left the core mandate while NDC assigned him in the strong room. And NDC can only threaten, but when it comes to reality, then they give up. Regards to the game changer, Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan. Where some of your messages are Mode Abba WhatsApp no eso and no ena makenkan ede amamo. Na yenkwa a quick one say my member soprano eso. Governor of the Bank of Ghana and finance minister. Right now, they are going to IMF. They are going to the World Bank on Ghana's economic woes.
Well, Oba Nyamin Shao, I mean, use opportunity and say hello to the chairman and leader of the Convention People's Party, and Akushia from Poma Sapon Kumankuma, and the Central Committee. Jumo mo ye pese EDC and also. You go so. We'll keep on doing our best for Ghana, regardless. Now, Oba Ameno. Ano IMF sa IMF assembly there say yabre Minister of Finance so you nyina yabre no earlier on oka say March Ghana be collapse nti March say no kra no me boaboa me nyoma nyina no ne ade and then somehow Ghana did not collapse in the month of March like the Minister of Finance forecast So enti any a woman and both and ministers say or China say and I see your baby I want ye. But for me in the me no so almost say China for ye the China for 1.7 billion. Into Europe for unko patch or China for mine. I mean, this whole runabout situation, no, me share them who the head or tail of it. So I say personally, me feel say, I hope say China for will not give us a blank check, so to speak. And I say, Obama trust Ghana for okay, permase modeka enti yatemo so ana ye de achemo ana ye ni se enti mo nkokeke. Me no, me feel say the situation are you right now. Ghana yako IMF for her number 17 time. Number 17 time ayakoni no. It is because your leaders no mukwa omunya easy. What is happening they say omukwa ya so Ghana modeka no mo de ache na still no mu dwaro aeroplane na still no ayi omukwa wa na de ka akonya ba ko esikam na akonya no kwa aso air condition every Accra akwa that behavior no. So enti I hope that the Chinese government will not simply give us a break, or they should hold the leadership of this country accountable to their own fiscal, discipline promises. That's what I say, because what has happened as a honorable opinion Kwame Pianim Ekano, omo catch them penny fui. So, be honorable Minister of Finance Ken Ofreata, and you know one economist, and I know one University of Yale, America. Your Ghanaians are, it is a honorable PNM, they are almost highly knowledgeable. People like Honorable Seth Tekpe, Oba, I see people, we got people like Honorable Duncan, Ato Duncan Moniadi, you were economists in this country. We are competent. But unfortunately for us, the president of Ghana today, he looks at Honorable Ken Ofreata, and it's a three monkeys situation. He sees no evil, he hears no evil, he speaks no evil. So, I hope say the lending community now, Ghana, Bosiano, they will really hold our fiscal authorities responsible. Most especially the vice president, who is the chairman of the economic committee. He has been a massive disaster, full of wild sayings. I've arrested the dollar. Honestly, me feel say most Ghanaians do not take the fiscal economic team of the New Patriotic Party seriously, because from 2017 omuka so mobile ye bank ye mugu financial institutions ni nyina eka wo up to the day there is no doubt in the mind of any Ghanaian that the New Patriotic Party under Ken Ofreata under President Akufo-Addo, most especially under Honorable His Excellency Dr. Bawumiano, they are not able to deliver. But oba situation now and then me share topics na Mr. Odamedi brain na me prepare abano. Na me dwenune Ghana ho. Na me who say situation oba it is not so much say bia ye kope debt forgiveness and China for mwa na ye demokamo so no. Oba I looked at the situation na Ghana a woman e dia be PSA situation and I couldn't help but lay the blame at the feet of my father's generation. My papa is alive. He's almost 90. What I say, and I wouldn't be surprised if, he's listening to this. AK Sapon, Mr. AK Sapon, my dearly beloved dad, man of integrity. But the American say, my papa generation, into Ghana was our situation. What do I mean? Obama can't say much quickly. My papa say, my papa catch him. So me we school, me we University of Ghana, and we a coup d'etat, 1966. It's my papa say no on in the moment. There be no idea ewo. Odoko akoko photo no okopa adwuma bi o no wie school nyanya adwuma to do circle no na soldier fo gina ho na Colonel free fire why coup d'etat no oka ho enti wo twa no say hey young man come here papa na eka so to so okoye no na free fire busa ne say general Colonel free fire at the time busa ne say e dey adwuma na oye na papa so we wie school opa adwuma na according to me papa a free fire catch ne say onko castle. That time, I na head of government. Nti papa so call castle no man adwuma. Tio, my papa AK Sapon. The first job I would out of university was district chief executive to Axim. Yo, Papa say, Kofi, you don't quite examine if you had the mammy. I couldn't believe it. Or see this if you see be possible. It's all the car no come round the side. Now if you know bungalow you see be possible overlook Atlantic Ocean no, on top of a cliff. Into you say a special and I do hoye dia. As for any bubasa, I won't say now but cliff now boom. Next sign call. What a beautiful scene. Tree-lined driveway, garden boy, house boy. BBS, you know, that was my father's life. At his disposal. Enti Nana Akufo-Addo mo papa no Nana Akufo-Addo mo generation ka ho. And it's not only Nana Akufo-Addo mo. Osafo Maafo, honorable Osafo Maafo mo ka ho. J Akufo mo, omo ka sa generation na from generation, milk and honey generation. JM oka ho. Ken Oforiata oka ho. Mrs. Joyce Ayi na Reverend omo ka ho. Eyi honorable Kwame na ahoy omo ka sa generation no ho. JJ Rollins omo ka ho. Totobi Kwachi honorable omo nyina ka ho. Sa generation no omo ko university no omo no omo da one person one room papa so Kofi mi nkwa na me da me dem. So aduane omo nto aduane ye bro omo chit anopa kwa no aduane yes where you the ope ewi aduane ne yes where you the ope enyum aduane yes where you the ope omo ntua school fees omo wi school na adwuma wo hombo omo. And my father's generation, Nana Akufo-Addo's generation, Honorable Osafo Maafo's generation, Professor Kwame Nkrumah's generation, Honorable Totobi Kwachi's generation, John Dramani Mahamad's generation, they have run this country into the ground. No matter how any asempa na generation way, any empani enye omubio. Nana Akufo-Addo generation, my father AK Sapon generation, any empana sesi ayenye mamo. Enti dia mo pesa mo di ya Ghana bia no monye. We will pick up the pieces. But I wanted this opportunity to use this opportunity to remind Ghanaians about the milk and honey economy. And I Akufo-Addo mo inherit here. I yentimi ntoko nkonte. Aya panama poso. Ya toko nkonta ni atoko shia ni aja kekedro kakre gusu edi. This is the Ghana of Nana Akufo-Addo. The Ghana that the J. Akufo, the Ghana that Osafo Maafo, the Ghana that Professor Kwame Nkrumah, this is the Ghana they have bequeathed to us. It's about so Busami say the car and there. Yasako IMF for number 17th time. Say the Yanka. Oba dia sempana. Say see I am paying for a dear pan yamo.
You're quiet. See what the last one yanko be.
Yamo relief now. Omoba na Land Cruiser. Aeroplane mo adware and na way na ya sign the car. And see, I have no sympathy for the current my father's generation. I think they have run Ghana down. Honestly, when I look at the life now, me papa munyaye, omuko school free, didi free, that whole free, every year na chamo big time jobs with house boy, garden boy, bibia. Now omo beso mind Ghana no Nana Akufo-Addo mo, Osafo Maafo mo, Kwame Nkrumah mo, Totobi Kwachi mo, John Dramani Mahama mo, ma Jagana notice at the said ya. Any omo sempa, we have nothing to say to them. Yeah, through history, so I will know what to write. Thank you very much.
Meda sepe soprano and ote nenkano. Jibril.
Jibril na memwa.
Odim. The economy. Yes, Minister of Finance, any governor, call on any get the knowledge of managing the economy. Then the MPP has only proven say commander the Ghana for. Because we be time now Dubai or appointing ministers. Actually, we say in Crawford or appointing they have that competence about economy now about resolve our issues. In there, and to say about IMF, Eco before we can now resolve on our issues in the economy. But now the Rebecca say assembly. Because the MPP have told us several times for the last 6 years, every year our economy is going into recovery. Every year, in fact, okay, last year by this time, Ramadan say, and about Miyako Jina Yosukrum, a friend say, Gumafete, my lectures, I can't say the Miyako economy, I feel a baby nine so, and you levy any other taxes, everybody must say. So, if you say, because they are going to World Bank, any IMF, it's not a solution to us. The people in the helm of affairs, they even don't understand the situation, how to manage our economy. Because the economy, they say, they are almost just because of a car. But you say the taxes are your problem say these are the people who told us after ye levy ye in fact tax be and baby and that's all I'm me kai pa me ba hala America wo say ma di mu ji tu mu ma na ye me
am ka je
o ka ye mo say le baby e ko de mu hu me before mo say hu me before mo
I imagine
me ka say me say be ko e mo say sale mu ma mu fa mo and e di mo
me
ya fa mo
ana u imagine ade hasma o kan yo e me twantro bi ato me so wa
me
ka wa ha say
because
monyintum
me di unim ye na mo say da bi ye na ye stop and I'm afraid all the editors. Me boy.
Me man ko bi.
Who can some afraid?
I am an editor. Me say I am an editor, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Banko, but I'm koye.
Minim.
And I'm okay. Say NDC for Sumunji Tumu and Sumunji 1%. After that, they say editor boot eba. I'm taxes. They say among 90 years. They say especially who show one multi computer next year. Game na obo say obo e first bet o but say bet taxi bet no crapo
betting we no
over bet come here do sika mrantia baby mede nye sika o di Ronaldo say dey be mrantia na mo ye campaign man come gym sika from if the economy ben na wo person obe hu ejuma in fact they should go and tell us omo ko person yan from e kanem mo but okay say Ronaldo ka kira say Ghana beyond aid mami Ghana beyond aid na do kan e kan ye he say na do na ekoto odi ne kudi oba cho say aid ni e pepa wo man Ghana o if the economy ben pa na osla e ka kira say ono the NDC be ye ya nko pecha wo no ni ba 18 years boy e betimi aye he say ni ba no about 23 years and 28 years it ni ba no again ban na what man na do one say o ye economy ni in fact it's a shame to see publications say MPP penny for say almost the almost IMF to get our money again. These are people who told us say program number IMF no yenche pamina sala mokae amuka IMF almost amudia na different amudia ni dey every heaven na eba nti different amuko no die atumu amomo amene months ni mame how many months are MPP echo IMF economic development yeah but all the things the MPP is doing today is just to tell Ghanaians say you transfer enya to me e bi na Brian Champion ka say intro na ya twa no ye ntimi win elections into trust them enya be ye e bi ani o e bi ani because okay MPP for MP awo is it New Job enough one was saying IMF nkoda na 18 years boys into omo de na do say na wonye go duru the one continue IMF for nim nyesa na kan nyesa na kan was it na do ni age de na do e wo no so ko IMF for na wo na do ni wo tabi wo se da o kanim na MPP for chairman abranie was it Jimmy for nkwa na be kwa IMF I say what Jimmy and I call him in there. Now do na Jimmy and as Minister of Finance and then people na Jimmy. No, we are asking the question when he was saying it, they were hailing him. Mami, me boy. Say no. Abraham your man get try say o mama ko say no. Omo da mutiri a 20 na di go the tiri to me na samoko. Our economy baby I could do say. Mami, friend. Yes, who took na who go outside na o bar. Ujina kwa no beto nyama utu say wow. This time around, nyama who to wo loro kwa no crapo is the same as the market. The cost the same. These are so expensive. And I believe he said the MPP for no, they don't really understand. But if they understand, and that is why maybe they're also pushing this violence way of getting the elections, But I mean, economy way there. I can't now do ni baomia. Any friends say can for dia. We are not there to resolve it. In fact, Brian and I buy some boy economy on the Greek, What's it mean to maybe be to trust him? And the meaning hope be our MPP because mom levy and I still economy 9 years. Taxes are more pay be a mom. In fact, COVID could be a retchy or be a COVID actually now do you tax everyone to say COVID actually to a tax one. I'm boy. Yantua every say COVID tax. So every say baby omu ko say na now do akọ German aba. We think say okọ ba aircraft na so problem no. After the ministers esa akọ biom say omu ko your friends say Bank of omu ko World Bank ni IMF. I don't see anything new ever free programs in it. It's the same language now. And I call elections 2024 there. The MPP are only looking for opportunity to amass wealth again and put it down. So much this can be. And yes, we be here to change our economy. Things will be so difficult. Things will be so hard as we see. I mean, so for me, I don't have any hope in MPP.
Is it really their fault? Some say COVID and I. Ukraine, Russia.
I'm going to discuss the COVID and Burkina Faso. COVID and Chiomo.
Almost yes, one more quiet.
I'm concerned now. From a patch. What is said? Burkina Faso. COVID. COVID, Ukraine. Any 8 coups I see on Kuromu of the same period. Could have been also like a coups you Ghana, Mionu, plus COVID and like a economy. Burkina Faso any coup almost 8 maybe. And you are comparing ourselves to them. Even Omukabama call the kind of friends and IMF now here. It is how Ukraine friend now more canon. Omunja canon jet. Microphone now born and they are because they are well corrupted leaders, you know. Yesika and Omudini Wawa. They didn't know today will happen. Now I can't say so one Jodo play one team in Kwabuchi. One country. Now say tell me what na play market another one say open security any safety me boy I don't think that's one thing mu bio we see I don't think say I walk to say na a friend say Emirates no motinemu because the people have told him say South Sudan now we here no that has what has brought the country to this point I mean for me as I said, and NDC, we still believe, say, the leadership in MPP. In fact, when we are even helping them, say, Munsisa and Crawford, not get the right person to help you. That's a minty. Me and Crawford brain back, so I will get the resource here. What's it minty mo? And just advise the bank and Ebema, and now the need in Crawford. But they be able to say, any day. What do you say? I join Ankasani BB in Nimubium. Be asked BB and Nimu, anything new be a Nimu because Oma you saw all the taxes say we are seeing now. You go to crop say so man than galam say for and 82 gold and you got your oil. In the game na keep your my book bioma now do unuse anti man solve a problem. Economic streak be a book be now they using it now still they be a one. I'm going to IMF and going to World Bank. Now do okay I said now do call Paris. Like I said be international bank Ghana with $5 million and I say I'm okay is issue no. Bank no why? Bank no why? Ni sika no amaka say be pay na Ghana any problem why? Office sika ye wo. What go to a friend say amra I go to wo. They say be tourist. In say but say Guinness book of record LB2 records mo say you are say a free Moses imre mo be seen there. Obi entu amra ke say Ghana to amra with a higher cost of money. Cathedral. Cathedral. I'm not going to move to you know. What the Upper West region? Let's say the Upper West region. Yes. $400 million. It just get it to our. And also, any camera. Imagine say every day. All because Obi Pekwanya Obi Didi. As you hear Ghana for CKD. Now my Ghana for a bread. If you are among because among your taxation, no. And I say, oh, my taxation, a brosolo. The question is, Mammy, my business say, taxes now do a bassy say no. The bro for din air then. Come 90s was also a new stance, almost the air then.
This will be someone.
Eh, as a moon. This is a brood, dear, Omoka say a new stance taxes no. Apetesi go with the tax also. Obia broke up no the tax. Thought, Obia do thought no crap no. Obia koto nsa what you go from say or friend and someone from be deal no the tax also. Na do nya bro. Insa o na nyasa na dey go for my difference. Someone from na do the tax also. This is someone for said not doing the tax also. This is someone for couple the tax free almost. Maybe I might not go to know. It's the DMPO and I can't now do any taxi here. I can't from her. I know be or what? Would I just ask yourself, say, be or one and now about my taxi bill apart from Frama bill? So this is where we are. It's unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate. Say, but Nankaya now do anya present MPP and back in power. We think say you will Jesus Christ will be back in the name of Nanado and an MPP. So I think we have seen. We have the men. Of course, this is it. Matra mekwe idea enyu.
That's say.
Into amema so. Ba omia wo elections. So we no. Nti den obe ka kira say dollar no wachi on Nanado abieki no ama. Nti ento obama no. Anase wo no chi dollar no. O chi dollar nti wo na MPP mfo nko na nwo no. Ana NDC fo na besa ni dollar no.
Joshi ana no obi.
Obeti na ha ka kira say wo nye yi levy. Yi levy na obe ka kira say yi levy no. I said about almost sister TV already. And I say we ye live ya bro. Into Begina one be candidate. No about habio, no be say ye live and say no be count.
Abu Abbas, I say it's only a hypocrite who will condemn Brian Champion's statement at AKWAFO and keep mute on MAAME as do or die statement. He that comes with equity must come with clean hands. Enoch Kwame GH, what is Honorable Brian Champion talking about? He thinks Ghanaians are going to fall into their traps this time around. Never. It's the suffering Ghanaians who are going to vote in 2024. So Brian Champion should stop behaving like he and his MPP people are the only people who are going to vote in 2024. My greetings to Owen Kwame Frimpong, aka Darling Boy, parliamentary candidate hopeful for Lower West Achem constituency. Enoch as a man can say. Ajiudi Nana Kofi Jomo Ena Odiweyaba from Nkranza Patriotic Voices. Honorable Brian Champion conditional statement that if NDC try anything violent to win power, we have the men to face them, cannot be matched with neither MAAME's do or die. Esiedun Ketie's bloodshedding nor Swami NDC youth organizers violent statement. We and people fully support him. NDC should not dare try anything violent as they have been chanting for years. Greetings to Ibrahim Baba Bukari and David Yao Wache, Regional Chairman and Secretary, respectively, Bono East Region. Sobrado, your closing statement. Nafi.
Okay. Me da wasi bebre. Oba de America ni nyina ne say you see the me no I mean ekrona ye tim no. I am a bomb pie say Ghana best survival. Every day since I a woman, leadership I no, I feel be worse than the year before.
Kwame Nkrumah declares Ghana forward ever, backwards never.
Young can there be not quite a time, no. You see, when you are talking about Kwame Nkrumah's period. That is the the golden years of Ghana's economy. And I made sure I said, bubu. When Papa made you and another money no generation, Nya Bibia Jeffy, the dear Duani free, and on my say, no, on my yard, say, no. Inti, Sabia, which I said a situation is here, no. You know, the American say, I'm speaking to the youth because Nanadu generation, dear. Na stage now, especially politicians, and we stage no medru na. I feel say they don't care. Me say nkaye constitutional review na me nya opportunity to make a contribution. Kameka say we are president of Ghana, there should be benchmarks. So when to me meet benchmark na, who coffee and is your mouse as graciano. So when to me president, now I run a country into the ground. Now I destroy the very fabric of our families. Ama ya warrior gugu. Your family saying you are destroyed. You men say you nya baby na you intimi ntwa aduane my family. Na wo kwa na wasan je portray we assign the call. Is this right? It cannot be right. There is no organization now ban be running organization ne down oh kwa na asan sister goose amount now the goose ne call. So I have a problem with that. But I also recognize the loss of the land and I respect it. Now in future, and I'm hoping say the new generation now after Nana Akufo-Addo no, we will listen closely to what President Kwame Nkrumah said and strive to build a better Ghana. I'm speaking to the youth of this country. So we are a young boy and now you're a young girl in Ghana. You know the situation. They crow in Mutima and you make a very difficult amount. So boys, girls, in your baby, in your me high dying. Boys, woman, nam home, woman, nam abonting, girls, woman, nam yano. To me worry because Sikaya de Quarry any hot and woman, nam home now a single parent. Nina no, esa nyankopon kra ntimi nhyiraw because God believes in holy matrimony. Until your leadership now your one NDC MPP. Ah, ma running country into the ground. Ama ye nyina ya dane de boyefo no. Me pese me catch youth, me country so kotuma CPP anatuma o. Lude wa how life mu. Se ne o me ekoso me boa. Cars ya o mutoto Land Cruiser ya ye de akonya simu. Se wo dabi mo, wo dware ya do pre no mu bi. So we have to sit up, the youth of this country. Let us recognize the truth that Nana Akufo-Addo's generation is a massive failure. They have run this country into the ground. And when I say Nana Akufo-Addo's generation, I'm not being specific to Nana Akufo-Addo. I'm talking about people like Professor Kwame Nkrumah, people like Honorable Totobi Kwache, people like Mrs. Joyce Ayi. All these people are contributory entities. Our mama country na drew baby edro. So na Ghana, na youth na woman no. We are young boy na uti ma life mu. Na what did Uti Accra Hanuma and nobody did. And all I will say is this in closing. So, the American say, and so right now, as President Kwame Nkrumah said, or say, and so right now, what we need in this country is a new type of citizen, a dedicated, modest, honest, and informed man, a man who submerges himself in service to the nation and mankind. A man who abhors greed and detests vanity. A new type of citizen, a new type of Ghanaian, whose humility is his strength and whose integrity is his greatness. So now youth now of the country, no, the American say, President Mahama, any will now put for any buy, no, now Ukana boys no muko car wash class, Sikaya boot manate mira, and now Omoba no muko, and an Akufo-Addo so any Ninkro for Naba. But one thing endures. The Republic of Ghana is still here. And one who said, that's my sabro from be 2 year gold. Our mu 2 gold na be we na nado mo so omuntu ne party. Omu try hu de ekoso no. Na nado akrampo timika se onanu mu tutuo se okọ Dubai no Dubai for share that you na gold amode abre no. Oba be busa na be less than half any report no. You see the youth of this country, take a deep breath and be not afraid. Because the midnight is almost over. The tenure, the regime of Nana Akufo-Addo, it is almost over. And the sun will shine again. We will have the opportunity, our generation, to build a new Republic of Ghana that actually works. Not this disaster that is the Akufo-Addo administration or the one prior to that by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Between President Mahama and President Akufo-Addo is the Ghana you have today. None is better than the other. Both of them belong to the somewhere in some corner in historical, on your pion mark corner be. What would you Ghana no? President Mahama and President Akufo-Addo atapenyi any atakakra. Munsempa Ghana for nyamisha mo oba.
Medas soprano and on Gabriel. Closing.
Unise Jomama de amashira no.
Awana nyame adomeno.
Abi at any time, I said, Ma, Minia, what can be brave? I near you crowd pulling there. Put me in far, Akufo-Addo into Mahama, so I wired them 3 miles.
Yeah, we guys have a cronsa.
Put him, Davio. Oh, yeah, can't dare say, Ma, where so much you did, and Mahama. In fact, the new Ghana, the better Ghana you enjoy, will start coming from 2025 under the NDC. That is coming up. That one, no 2 ways about it. My fa kwenye we ma me ba my firstborn and I graduated free tech.
Okay.
Yes. This is.
Oh, okay. And then no graduate. I want to
and I'll be
will prepare his mind to work
Nah, since you haven't prepared his mind.
No, so I'm saying we prepare his mind. Some say, "Okay, say, yeah, come say, member, okay, you know, artist Adele, what do you call tech?" Yes. So I'm proud of him.
You are a proud father.
Yes, I'm.
Oh, abaso. Enye janyu nyina na be sa. Obu on mo oja na magu baabi no na.
Enye easy o baba. Remember ni be yes ade ne pa o.
I'm proud of him.
Imagine kwanso so.
Thank you. The akade you vetting.
Okay.
As a party, you vet aka 2-3 constituency be appeals womo. I mean, I do Thursday because of Easter no. We break into Thursday way and I be clear most of the appeals na aba.
Okay.
As a committee member, I mean, say I started to say notice of post for the ballot papers are printed. 2013 May, I do my elections in there. For the presidential and parliamentary. Then from there, we will now face forward the main elections. Your bumpire say, our process we. Then again, taking the opportunity again to wish all Muslims Ramadan Mubarak as we are getting to the last 10 of the. Now we say there's one thing that many people are not watching. By the next 2 years, we may be celebrating Easter the same day with.
That happened this year, though. It didn't, right?
No. But fasting day will move.
Okay.
But say Salah no.
Okay.
It tells you say we use days per our calendar no. But Mami, the Canadian and now do any brand there. Yeah, sure. 2024, 7 December, the NDC will be elected as leaders of this country. That's one what it is about. But we want to assure Ghanaians, say peace and election.
The ultimate.
But if anybody dares, we'll meet the person.
When can say, just in a sentence, I'm use opportunity. I wish all the people in Gaza Strip, Palestinians no more Gaza Strip no.
Now Umbate.
Yeah. PPP for heading.
I didn't know one fan yes, the way that I watch it out for no. And she almost a ramp was not a walk by no son. And yet, as a seka. And so no ramp.
And I said, oh, Mike in the
that area no. Because I know walk on now. We say, where are no. No,
problem.
What is before we do that?
Yeah.
Before we go that.
Yeah.
Bumping.
Yeah, bumping. What's
that? Speed ramp. That kind of
what's that filling station right now? Yeah.
And if you don't know, a bit
me out too.
Okay.
That's
no back so if we mass air court the chairman. We are do offense. That I think that I don't know the problem. In fact, I've been driving and I think that's why I think that the engineers must cut that area. But it's I drive through that road more than about 20 years.
Still.
It has been the same. It has been the same. I think I've spoke to people. I'm saying so there's a CNIS issues. Into Uko Gaza, the Fako Babato area.
Oh, the American say, oh, say, you inquiry at TV. Na a year to our young one, it will dream. Yeah, so our Gaza. Now, almost say Gaza Nino, ye prison, our more brew honum. The American say, Edi, Yankupon Sha Palestinians. No more munya some relief. Na mean who are the cry Palestinian for the year Jesus Christ our more bresser. Ya ye bomb umpire. Then Yankupon beat you musufre. So that Palestine will be free. Thank you.
Men someda sipi. I was here for any discussions in Abesi Asadaka Sankoma Soprano and Jibril. Vidoma Sombe Bois man. I be a humana atumo Namoso Somo de Madrinche Abba 0302243540. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Jodini baby Afrifi.
Mama, I'm got to buy me.
You ain't got to batch your radio no dum no way, Yanko.
Ayo, ya me sure. Me get there and some are working now. And some are about Ghana. Now, maybe there, remember the BIAMAH Ghana, I try and go for Nanado or enough from a day. why be pa say share abe a wabakwa na do why be papa na ebibia on the say tra businessman tra ma be aka na nzimeze muguda me kada MPP one man ya fa ya hodin na ya fanti on bo kan je ko na chi na 2024 ya mama nko ono ogudo ye aduma no nko boa magana ya nko yenu na duma pa na be dan ta kufa adu original onto ya dum nko yenu mitia ai Eugene our Jubilee House mami ama me just there this for Sunday why you tell what the Ghana for former president or Kano they actually to see no bread bala
Medase hello good afternoon
many about BIAMAH
oh ni apenyi na mpacho ho te sen
yami adaro ma na oso
do mara kwa pacho etio
kan se yami nshira
amen
o fi de su baby a ona bo Canada Japan bia no na mankra to bind the can then try business people baby a na eje ne mbo atemo many about BIAMAH mestre inia NDC ne se ubeba radio so na ubetaki obi na okwa abrochiri na oye den oye gawo ye we ye besrem na yen supporters na metumu na ye koto abawa ya waso ufitamale edi asokachi betike baby when we wie na no na yiri su o TV so supporters aye di party echi ye koye let my vote count na branti enani aboko asemfoforo eduru baby o ka kire NDC for say mini aba BIAMAH omu pe moja edi ayade a omu nkunu oyarida ho na ye wura da kabre na hwe no na yi asimi ko bi NDC panin biara ensi ho Alhaji Bature adwuma be no wan ya ma president mama da ye na yi na president mama ni nam tamale yen callers ni ade supporters ya yes chef a owo kitchen eye aduane uwi a ni o sebu wo hokra wani nyam chen ye be di akiri wo ba power o mu nimye nti mo me yen yansa me da sipi
Benso Medase hello good afternoon
Mami Kwama.
Me pacho udini bebe afrefe.
Mami Kwama ya frame ya abanya mi kasa fre ashama nzenu.
Abanya yetio.
Me pacho ma de ko.
I was sorry.
Ayo medase. De wo mu nyina ne se Mami Kwama. Ye mi de se mu sentrofo mu di manu atubra tampo asemu a wakọkọ no ko obeti. Hwe papa ni nsemu okika no mamu mayemfa na agro semu na NDC party na ewo ho no ye wo kuku damfo wo mu nti tusuan pa se yakwa ko gina ho atu abama NDC ma NDC edi nkunimu a be champo uni hwan na wo be gina wa ka kire Ghana for se unjai tumi mu ye kan ye ban investment wo Ghana ha una wo ni kesie ten impeyifo dudu na wo mai we mu tusuan pa se nka ntokwasi wo mai we mu a investment na wo ye kwaya ufa sunya usika DCC sa hotel ni de obi anim obi sa hotel na wo sisiru ebeko so atra ota una obelusu ketie mi abaya mi wa idea na mi lusu ye wo mu nyina ni se ye de ndi bom kra se 2024 obi abeko ni police station hu ban ye tu abana ye nyina ye gyina ho na edru ha omuma we have the men for no bekunku ye that's it.
So Medase hello good afternoon.
Afternoon, again, we make a several of Ancoberia.
Yanko.
As I say, we are okay, and we're being on the Sokokan, we want to say. Who be and through, PM Quatonaba. Who be and will be a said over Kaya or Coin. I have a better on to go to our kind. And then you're born being waka. What do you say? The kind somewhere I can will be crack as I be Kenya and some baby and Ghana at the Soviet Tianwa. According to that, I'm pointing you to talk. You have to get across around here, said yes, you are Boko. And I can't appoint it in it. Ndi Kenya is debate na ye wachiri nya ye college education itibu mai mami chemo baba cheja college mukabu ewo Nkwanta South bye
Makubu yadase Jenny Mo hello good afternoon. Hello good afternoon. Yes.
Good morning. Good
Afternoon but you didn't be afraid.
My dinner this am driver am ekokole.
Okay.
Asoma bana camp on kan. Wo me friend that grow. Say I didn't want to support him you know. I didn't want what the man wonder so no do for you. Mama friend that grow.
Now, me can't come when you want to say, oh, be more your over Ghana house. Right on phone. What to your food? What to your shade? Right on phone. What people? What's that? And now, no, because I want to. Many people more. Then I am them out. Oh, this what she said, right on phone. What you who? What you look to your who? You lose to what I do over. Who you are more trouble? Who you say, more over? So, better I will come for the movie station. And the man could be who? And your man put on your gun, you who? What for the gun for you and the coffin? That's not Mama Moon. What the Mama? Then for your woman, you know, for that. What to Yaba? Yes, Mama will get. Yes, Mama. No one will try. We are Bama. Never will hand over. When I come from, we are Bama. Now, Mr. What to make them from Francisco? If that's what they are. I want to find out one some money. We want some money. We have done my brand Francisco, baby, maybe for a drop of Jesse. And tell, say, 400 over. 400 over. And the problem of the world, you hear, let's go. Come. You're waiting for you. I'm a mom of you, so what it.
Let us say hello, good afternoon. Afra, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, but you didn't be afraid.
Come on, send you.
Yo, I treat you.
No, and any kind, Yadamase, any and Chechra, Mugusu, Amudigu, Aquamu, Edemai. Na, Miniano Becca says, Yaquano. On your butra, on the Cocumpai. Na, Yanua, Yahu, 1992, Abatuo. Yahu, 1996, Abatuo. The year 2000, Abatuo. And we were NBC for the way Nipa, our police station. Na ya tutio na nipa medania yentimi ntoaba sabrano enipa no bekasa no na otigana na se na omunya wo no enwewu a NDC fo de enwewu a MPP fo ache enu nti na ma bra example odina esintie so a oka asasem no na edi esempa na mahama enka o platform so enche Ghana fo ama mahama ko voter region yedin so bo kai se yeta omo a enso moda na omo yawo omo through revolution route any woman to omo second so moda and no why the two kasa Ghana and the any obia to me akasa Ghana na example ko bia na no and mo hye obia to na no good so na so be obi e be ma si obi mefa say no yam for ballot box and ko si police station na on ko fon tramoto so ko via ballot box so wa ubaye attempt to so be via ballot box 2024 ubewu won tire yafi if I say as a ballot box ni si o be you need to be to about the two money we no win why we are worried now you catch NBC for say and we are to about 2020 no almost said near eben yeah 6 million plus
Medasipi hello good afternoon
afternoon
dini baby afrefe
Nana Mohammed Kaswa Obaria
Nana it's you
yeah best Adeneka. Wawusha Miami Krumini, the former president. Yan Tata AKWAFO. No one on Nayana, yes, as a fata. Yamukani Nemo. And the Sifu. She knew I baba. The second president, a Juma Papa Obama or Malcolm Ghana. Be Sida. Or no, Anna Miyu. Emienu na yankwala ya yenmo wetuma so waka akato aba adama MPP nti breaking the 8 no enam kwaso ba wa nti bi to no to ayampia se wo de obi ni nipa tatachie na the former president kro no wa betina hatena hwensem okeka no mo media ma som se bera tempo anta kese eno na ikisi sen mama se mi da studio
Medasipi hello good afternoon
But
you didn't baby afraid.
Terminana, Mikadeshi, Yapas. There, Mr. Anything for Munkama Kumatum. Yes, empty by make a motion. The better, I can't put it or a bema. That's all, set. That's a gun for Aqua Traba. That's all, no better say, oh, and it's a win to me any point no Omohanova. And I want me, no, Yakasi. You need a padibia. Need a padibia on which you will test. A war, I bet you with the infant. We shall see. Because the question all round.
enti mo hwe ni ye na MP for no so mo obi ayade na nya mo kama ko da mo ka che se no ye ne nye se ye hanu ba ma NGC se in case NGC winya who dare them enti man do man kasa chom yi kasa chom.
That's it. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Pacho Dini Baby Afrifi.
I'm driving some Emmanuel Dudu.
Yo, you might hit you.
That's MPP for no. And so one lose. Entina any be ben or and who be on the fat. And you know, when you want to say, I feel there, I better about the Umbu. Umunya no de to trust them no pose omoye na so onyankopon tie man sa so da wonye wa hom won kan hu se won wa me modin bia o man ubi ehu mo pro mpanfo ubi ehu bia hu sire no wan bia ma me da wase
enso me da sipi ma hello good afternoon.
Afternoon, Mama.
Catch your dinner, baby. Afrifi.
Your friend at the farm, Casa Frita Sabokinam. Yo, I'm in here, allergic at Pavia. 2024, President, I will be years on more. And this is for the Omo Casa Bubu. Yasha President in the Hodaba. 2024, Allergic, on the BT. So, Mandiama. A dear Semna, former president, on Kanye. Our day evolution, I could try MPP from Poa. Woman, ya woman evolution town. Police station, a match woman boot to boot, and the day you do and die. Or man penida that will be deep or mine so. Put me a jinaho, a cassassin ya. Not brother tampon, one woman be president. That's one also can ya. Dear him, I see a funny figure. Now the tampon no our more can and no walk with test or what Japan and Muti and walk cassette 2024 no. Oh my kind, Emma will be young Twaba, I'm on Ghana hand. What the tempted, I see a book at the uncle said, but I can look at here at the uncle the electoral commission office that you were no 2018 no. A routine of a panel all can. If you know, 10 before now, or for about move free from the Abino. You see, we need a bar and police station. It is the Abba panel, not the electoral commission, and now so MPP and the Rinia, and not brother Champo Cassette will be until me, and yet you said 2024 or 2020. Or
Meda CP. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah. Good afternoon. Good evening, baby. I'm free. Uncle.
I don't know if I see send them area. The shower we in a shower chief photo. Now I'm here and we are manual allocated. I'm Yama.
Yes.
And I look at must be on their own.
I'm Bob about Thursday.
Well, the bomb says the Mignona. I know some of the kind of Mamma way. Now, what is say, and a real mammy work in Japan. Now, me German. I do my cookies. Then a more than more oboe, and now, Ura, before now, or not do any for. But in a point, I want my baby. I'm Yama, and Tama. Thank you for a fun work up with you. Me, make you know why I'm a deal or my shoe. Ah, now, Tama, woman, to tell women, no, Ebini. Or they say good for good, do or die, no hope on about Nina, woman, Nina. Now, I come on some more kind of way as some fun work up. One more year, one way, almost came by, only one can be, and I'm saying, can be a sono. MPP, a better bricky age, you know.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Dini baby, Afrifi.
My way, whenever my something, I'm second to sleep.
Yeah, it's you.
Yo, Mama. Madam, I need my family, my Ghana. Mama, maybe I'm a cat assemble could be there. Ghana, no, I'm not a man, say, it will be an air, will say. So because somebody are a yasam, and will be candia a yasam. What you say? Then I say, yeah, and tell crow on Vendetta Mahama. I could never be there. Let's see about a better do or die. Why not do or die? Maybe something and I say, or no, do or die. What you say? Say, I can kind of crack a kakra in fact and say bi wo ha o keka wo hu enye ebi say wo ye panin obi do ma no so da ade bi na o ka asem we bra say bo asem a wo ka yi abaye ntu wie aba ni nguguo ma ne ka say je kunya no won so so ye tu wie o de say anti di fo pa wura dodo mo wura ye na aba ni ye wuni be say nti no o ma je say ye sro mu di on say si ano asem we ya na asem bo ka ye no o mo de ye asem nam say wo say ye to ba ni wi a o mo nsole no obi ka say o lusu a won sole o en tu aba ana ndi dia lusu e o ye ka say won sole
Yeda mwasipi hani yadi yankosi nyina ebesie Azadaka siyankoma production crew Jordan mi Abdul Macjero Saji my free man and I Osafo One mada Roman obo michidoma midi jumedie ebaye Midi ede MAAME BIAMAH AKWAFO betimi afrem MAAME soja biamzi 1 woman gadamejo so Ina midi jumedie huchia me sorry ola Michael betena siaji entatadi yanko fie kusise nonsia bebo Nonsia boa yede nonsia kase bono ebe free peace 104.3 ede aba Medo asese onya aboteti e wo send a message sign so to me efrey ye erade asumdwe encounter yami sha pa sa ojebre ete makra